CTV News U.S. political analyst Eric Ham is joining me now with the latest. Eric, will this vote change anything?
No, not at all. In fact, in the House today, the War Powers Act is expected to fail with the voting taking place along party lines, just like what we saw take place yesterday. And this actually gives the Trump administration more time to actually build a consensus within Congress, as well as sell this military operation to the American people, which is going to be so crucial. Already we have seen that a number of the United States allies have been lukewarm to this operation, in spite of the fact that many believe that Iran is overwhelmingly a bad actor. And what we're seeing here, even in the United States, Marcia, is that many Americans simply do not support these strikes as well. Only 27% of the American people support what the president is doing, and that certainly is having a massive impact on the president's approval rating as well as that of his party,
which was already taking a hit. Is this vote then today, Eric, more about politics or about preventing a bigger war?
Well, initially, it was about preventing a bigger war and also for Congress to try to reassert its authority and its War Powers Act and actually declaring war. Even though there has been a back and forth on the semantics in terms of the language, make no mistake about it, this is war. And what Congress wants, particularly Democrats, is they want to make sure that they are part of this process, that they are actually consulted on this war, and also that they have a say in fact, the United States operations in Iran. Quite frankly, that hasn't happened to the degree that some Democrats would like, and even some Republicans. In fact, yesterday we know that a number or at least a small group of Republicans were concerned about what they're seeing and want to see and hear more from this administration.
While we have you, I wanted to ask you about that New York judge who is ordering refunds to companies that paid tariffs. Have we heard from the White House, Eric, on this, and can we expect that the White House would appeal this decision?
Yeah, this is, I think, where these are like cracks in this tariff dam that we're seeing play out. The Supreme Court, when they took up the IEEPA tariffs and ruled Trump's tariffs unconstitutional, did not actually include this in their judgment. And so many are wondering, what are the next steps? The Trump administration has been rather evasive about refunds, not suggesting that they're prepared or even willing to actually make them. But what we do know is the number of lawsuits and those who are demanding refunds are actually beginning to grow. With this decision and this move and this action by this judge, I think it only complicates the situation further. And I think the Supreme Court actually will be forced to actually render a decision as to what should happen with those refunds, if any.
Eric, thank you so much, as always. Appreciate your time. Eric is CTV News U.S. political analyst.